Hello, Steph here. I have another quick layout for you. This is the second layout featuring the January Scrappin with Steph Club kits. If you're interested in them, there's information at the bottom of your screen. Very quick layout. This uses all Stampin' Up! Product. And I've gone ahead and cut some of the pieces to size just for expedience. We're using Rainbow Sherbert Designer Series paper. Well, we're starting with a piece of 12 by 12 apricot appeal is our base. I've taken a 8.5 by 11 piece of Green Galore cardstock. I've used my scallop edge punch and punched the edge all the way down. And I just went ahead and did that to save time. So I'm going to take my crocodile and punch the smaller hole all the way down because I really like the look. I apologize for the funky lighting. It's really, really bright out today. I need to use as much natural lighting as possible because my kitchen light's pretty dull. That's just where I film my videos. So I apologize for the shadows. So I'm going to start with this piece. And as you can see, I've punched my holes. One of the optional add-ons for this kit was the Whimsy Jumbo Stampin' Wheel. So I'm going to take my apricot appeal ink pad, and you can get ink cartridges for these. I don't have it in this particular color on hand. So I do know that to do a 12 by 12 sheet, I won't have enough ink to go all the way down. So I'm going to start at the top and move my way down because it'll fade. And I'm going to kind of use that look on purpose. So I'm just going to ink up my wheel. Now, something to keep in mind when using these, you're going to want to start just a little bit over your starting point. Use 2 fingers on the jumbo wheel to stabilize it so you don't get any rocking motion. And either go forward or backwards, don't do both. So I'm just going to run it along the edge. This is just going to add a little bit of texture, and it just sort of fades out, which is the look that I was going for. I cut it to 12 by 4, 12 inches by 4 inches. And I'm just going to add some snail and run it this direction. Smooth it out to make sure it's nice and adhered. Next, I have an entire sheet. I like a lot of texture, so I am going to tear, which a lot of people are intimidated by tearing. I think it's a great, very simple way to add texture to your page. And it adds this great texture down here. And my photo, my little sweet little pumpkin girl, is just gonna go right there. A little snail. Make sure that's lined up. Pop her on down. And this kit came with a sheet of Loads of Letter chipboard. And as I said before in one of my other videos, they are raw, which is great because it lets you customize it and do anything that you want with them. Now, at this point, I've started to run out of the letters that I want. So we're going to be a little bit creative. And it's going to be a pretty good tip for you. Now, I want this to say girlfriend because it's something that we call my little girl all the time. Everybody calls her girlfriend. And you're probably looking at this going, why do you have J's where they are not meant to be? Well, here's the thing. I was all out of I's. And I didn't have an L. So, I'm going to show you how to take your craft and rubber scissors. These still have a lot of use now that all the stamps in our catalog have gone to being die cut. I'll show you how you can take the chipboard with your craft and rubber scissors. I'm just going to line it up. Give it a little snip. And I'm going to do the same for this one. It's just cut, they cut right through that. I'm going to take the bigger one, let that be my L. And the smaller one's going to be an I, and I have a dot for it. And I was also out of D's, so I just took a P and flipped it around. Let's pop out the center pieces. And I'm going to use my Tombow adhesive again. And I'm leaving it raw. It kind of adds to the whole, it gives it sort of an industrial feel, I guess. Okay, lastly, I'm going to add this tiny little chipboard heart. So sweet. I'm just going to add it up there. It says girlfriend. And I want just a little bit added bling. So the kit came with these white paper buttons. These are cut out with my Big Shot. And I want a different color. So I'm just going to take my sponge, ink it up, and I'm just going to sponge, I'm gonna move this out of the way, sponge my button so that it's turquoise. Your fingers might get a little bit messy, but in the name of crafting, it's okay. So now we have this beautifully sponged turquoise button. I'm going to take my clear ice brad through, and it's going to be the center of my flower. This is from the Pretties kit. It was also part of this kit for January. So just center that down and give a little push down on the tines, and that helps it be even. So I'm going to take some adhesive. Sometimes if your embellishment is kind of lumpy, it's easier to put the adhesive wherever you're attaching it. So I'm just going to give myself a nice little bit of snail right here. And I'm going to attach my flower right there on the corner of my photo. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then this layout is just waiting one tiny little touch. I do want to ink the edges, so I'm going to take my Apricot Appeal Stampin' Ink pad, and it's got the lovely finger grips, which are great for inking. I'm just going to run my layout along my ink pad. I'm going to give it a little bit of definition, and I like the inked look. I think sometimes it helps create sort of a border for your page. Very quick and easy little layout, lots of texture. I'll be able to add some journaling here, and that's just another really quick layout. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day.